Have you ever wondered if the habits that kept you healthy and clean when you were younger might harm you after 70? What if the very act of stepping into a steamy shower each day, the one you believed was essential, could be silently draining your strength, damaging your skin, or even putting your life at risk? Today, we're diving deep into a truth few people talk about: how often seniors should bathe after 70, and why everything you believe might need to change. Stay with us to the end, because you'll discover a surprising solution that could keep you fresher and safer without even stepping into a slippery bathroom. Before we begin, if you care about aging smarter and living better, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us continue creating content that empowers you or your loved ones in every season of life. Number 1. Daily baths can damage aging. Skin when we're young. Daily showers feel like a refreshing ritual, a way to wash away the dust of the day and emerge renewed. The hot water, the fragrant soap, the familiar rhythm, it all speaks of care, of dignity, of being put together. But as we cross the threshold into our 70s and beyond, something quiet and profound happens beneath the surface. Our skin, the body's first and most loyal protector, begins to change in ways we may not even realize. Science shows that after 70, our skin isn't just older, it's fundamentally different. The outer layer, once thick and resilient, grows thinner. The deep layers, rich with collagen and elastin in our youth, become depleted, like a well that's slowly dried over decades. The sebaceous glands, responsible for producing the oils that once gave our skin its softness and strength, dramatically reduce their activity. Sweat glands follow the same path, slowing down, making it harder to retain moisture. What this means is simple but serious. Senior skin is no longer built to endure daily soaking, scrubbing, and steaming. Each hot shower strips away what little natural protection remains. Each pass of the soap bar washes away the precious oils that now exist in scarcity, not abundance. Each long soak turns the skin into a parched landscape, fragile, cracked, and exposed. At first, you might notice it as a bit of dryness, an itch here, a flake there. But over time, it can escalate into chronic irritation, persistent itching, and even xerosis, a condition where the skin becomes rough, scaly, and prone to painful fissures. These tiny cracks are more than uncomfortable. They are openings for bacteria, infections, and serious health complications. Infections that once would have been shrugged off in youth can now spiral into conditions that require hospital care or long recovery periods. And it's not just physical. The emotional toll of constant itching, cracked skin snagging on clothing, or the pain of moving stiff, dry limbs can't be underestimated. It affects sleep, it sours the day, and it chips away at the quiet dignity that every person deserves to maintain in their later years. Imagine starting your morning already uncomfortable, already wounded by what was supposed to be a caring ritual. Imagine bracing yourself against the sharp pull of fabric on irritated skin each time you dress. It's a slow, silent erosion of well-being, one that we can prevent simply by rethinking an old habit. The truth is, after 70, more bathing doesn't mean better hygiene. It means more risk. It means turning a source of comfort into a source of harm. But here's the hope. By gently adjusting how we approach bathing, by choosing lukewarm water, milder cleansers, and less frequent full-body soaks, we can honor the changing needs of our bodies. We can allow our skin to heal, to protect us as it's meant to, and to serve us in comfort rather than pain. Aging demands not stubbornness, but wisdom. It asks us to listen, to see the beauty not in clinging to what we once did, but in adapting with grace. And sometimes, the gentlest changes bring the greatest relief. Number 2, bathing less could mean fewer infections. We've been taught our whole lives that cleanliness is next to godliness, that washing often keeps us safe, but when it comes to senior skin, the rules change in ways few people ever explain. As the body ages, the skin's natural barrier weakens. It's no longer the thick, flexible shield it once was. Now, it's as delicate as fine parchment, vulnerable to even the smallest stress. And every time an older adult steps into a steaming shower or bath, lathers up with soap, and scrubs away, they aren't just washing off the day's dust, they're stripping away the fragile defenses their body desperately needs to stay healthy. The consequences unfold quietly but dangerously. Each wash thins the lipid layer, the microscopic blanket of fats and oils that binds skin cells together and locks in precious moisture. Hot water and strong soaps act like silent thieves, breaking down keratin proteins that hold the skin's structure firm. The result? Skin that cracks at the slightest pull of clothing, tears at the brush of a rough surface, or bleeds after an accidental scratch. And what seems like a minor skin tear isn't minor at all for seniors. With blood flow reduced, immune defenses lowered, and healing processes slowed, a tiny tear can turn into a gateway for infection, inviting bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus to wreak havoc. For some, it means a slow, painful recovery. For others, it could mean a serious infection like cellulitis or even sepsis, a life-threatening cascade of inflammation throughout the body, all triggered not by a catastrophic event, but by something as seemingly harmless as a daily shower. It's sobering, isn't it, that an act meant to keep you healthy could, after 70, endanger you instead. But here's the empowering truth. You can change this narrative by simply reducing the number of full-body baths to 2 or 3 times a week and focusing on spot-cleaning sensitive areas with a warm, damp cloth. You give your skin the chance to heal, to rebuild, and to protect you the way it was meant to. This doesn't mean abandoning hygiene. It means practicing smart, compassionate hygiene. Hygiene that honors the realities of aging instead of fighting against them. Imagine a life where your skin feels less raw, less tight, less painful. Imagine moving through your day without worrying about snagging or bleeding, without feeling the constant scratch of irritation. It's a small shift, but one that restores both physical comfort and emotional peace. Sometimes, caring for yourself means doing less, not more. Sometimes, true strength is found in gentleness. Number 3, falls pose a greater risk than dirt. In the minds of many, the idea of skipping a daily bath feels unthinkable, almost as if we're letting go of something essential. But what if the greater danger doesn't lie in a little sweat or a faint hint of yesterday, but in the floor beneath your feet? For seniors, especially those over 70, the bathroom quietly transforms into one of the most dangerous places in the home. The glossy tiles, the smooth enamel of the tub, the slick sheen of soap, all of it conspires against bodies that have lost some of their youthful balance, strength, and quickness. And every trip into that space isn't just about washing away dirt. It's about navigating a hidden minefield. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, over 1 in 4 seniors falls each year, and the consequences are devastating. A slip can mean a fractured hip, a shattered wrist, a head injury that steals independence in an instant. A simple misstep can set off a domino effect, hospital stays, rehabilitation, even a move into assisted living. And many seniors never fully recover, not just physically, but emotionally, as fear steals their confidence. Now consider this. Each daily bath or shower requires stepping over tub edges, balancing on one foot, reaching for soap, and maneuvering on slippery surfaces, all while possibly fatigued, lightheaded from heat, or stiff from arthritis. Even the steam that fogs the mirror blurs vision, creating a world where dangers lurk just beyond sight. Suddenly, that daily refresh looks less like self-care and more like Russian roulette. And yet, the solution is within reach. Reducing full showers to once or twice a week and replacing them with sponge baths or focused washing at the sink dramatically cuts down how often seniors must venture into this risky terrain. Each skipped shower isn't an act of laziness, it's an act of preservation, Picture a week where you move freely without the burden of navigating wet floors, where every day isn't shadowed by the fear of falling, where your strength is reserved not for balancing in the tub, but for the things that bring you joy: a walk in the park, a visit with a grandchild, an afternoon tending a beloved garden. Because in the grand scheme of a life well lived, a minor speck of dust matters far less than a major injury. Prioritizing safety over an outdated notion of spotless hygiene isn't giving up. It's choosing wisely. It's loving yourself and your future enough to protect what matters most. In the quiet decisions we make each day, we build the life we'll wake up to tomorrow. And sometimes, the gentlest choices are the strongest ones of all. Number 4, your skin knows how to clean itself. We live in a world where soap and water are seen as the heroes of hygiene. Commercials, habits, and old advice tell us that without scrubbing, soaking, and rinsing daily, we risk becoming dirty, unhealthy, and unpresentable. But what if your own body was always designed to do more than you realized? Quietly, patiently, and powerfully. Beneath the surface of your skin lies a beautiful secret. Nature has equipped you with a self-cleaning system, one far more intelligent and resilient than any routine humans have invented. At the heart of this miracle is the skin microbiome, a thriving, invisible ecosystem made up of billions of beneficial bacteria, fungi, and other tiny organisms. Rather than harming us, these microscopic allies protect us. They feast on dead skin cells, sweat, and oils, breaking them down into harmless byproducts. They outcompete harmful invaders, create natural antibiotics, and maintain the delicate balance of moisture, acidity, and defense that keeps our skin healthy and strong. Alongside them, sebum, the natural oil our bodies produce, coats the skin like a soft armor, trapping moisture in and keeping environmental irritants out. Dead skin cells shed naturally, carrying dirt and debris away in an endless, unseen process called desquamation. When left undisturbed, this partnership of oils, cells, and microbes keeps the skin clean, hydrated, and protected. No soap bar, no hot shower, no aggressive scrubbing required. But when we bathe too often, especially with hot water and harsh soaps, we disrupt this perfect system. We wash away the friendly bacteria, leaving the skin vulnerable. We dissolve the precious sebum, drying the skin and cracking its defenses. We interfere with a balance that took millions of years of evolution to perfect. For seniors, whose natural oil production has already declined, and whose microbiomes are more fragile with age, this disruption becomes even more dangerous. What was once a simple habit now risks tipping the body from health into harm. And yet, there is hope, and it is stunningly simple. By scaling back full body bathing to just a few times a week, using mild, pH-balanced cleansers when needed, and trusting the body's rhythm, seniors can allow this natural system to thrive once again. Odor, the greatest fear that drives many to overbathe, can be managed not with daily soaking, but with smart, gentle care, washing high sweat areas like the underarms, groin, and feet with a warm cloth, changing into fresh, breathable clothing each day, moisturizing with soft, nourishing lotions that respect the skin's microbiome. History reminds us, humans lived for thousands of years without daily showers. They relied on the wisdom of their bodies, the strength of their natural defenses, and simple, thoughtful hygiene practices. Daily full baths, as we know them today, are a modern invention, not a necessity for dignity, health, or well-being. Aging doesn't demand we scrub harder. It asks us to listen deeper, to honor the body's quiet genius, to step back and trust that sometimes nature does her best work when we simply get out of the way. It's a radical act of love, not forcing your body to meet outdated expectations, but allowing it to be exactly what it was meant to be: resilient, wise, and whole. Remember, we're here to grow wiser, not just older. If you haven't already, Now's the perfect time to subscribe and join a community that believes aging can be powerful, graceful, and full of vitality. Number 5. Experts now recommend bathing just once or twice a week. It might feel almost rebellious at first, the idea of setting aside the lifelong ritual of a daily shower. But in truth, it's not about neglecting oneself. It's about evolving with wisdom. Today, leading voices in geriatrics and dermatology are speaking with new clarity. For seniors, bathing once or twice a week is not only sufficient, it's healthier. Organizations like the American Academy of Dermatology and experts from Johns Hopkins University have reached a consensus. More bathing does not mean better hygiene after 70. Too much bathing does far more harm than good. The reason is simple, yet profound. As we age, the skin thins, the natural oils diminish, and the immune defenses wane. The body that once rebounded from every hot shower now needs gentler rhythms to thrive. Overbathing strips away fragile protection. It invites dryness, cracking, and infections. It demands physical energy that many seniors can no longer spare, and it exposes them, again and again, to the fall risks lurking in slippery bathrooms. By contrast, a thoughtful bathing schedule, once or twice a week, tailored to individual needs, protects the skin's defenses, conserves precious strength, and reduces the number of hazardous bathroom visits dramatically. It's not a sign of giving up. It's a sign of listening carefully to what the body now needs. And here's the beautiful part. Daily hygiene can still be lovingly maintained, just in a smarter, kinder way. A warm washcloth to cleanse the underarms, groin, and feet. A fresh change of breathable clothing each morning. Gentle deodorant and regular hand washing to keep germs at bay. These simple rituals honor cleanliness without punishing the body. They offer dignity without unnecessary danger. Perhaps most importantly, they offer freedom. Freedom from exhaustion, freedom from fear, freedom to spend precious time and energy not locked in battle with outdated routines, but living life vibrantly, wisely, joyfully. Aging well isn't about fighting the years. It's about dancing with them, with grace, understanding, and deep respect for the changing rhythms of our bodies. And sometimes, that dance begins with the smallest, kindest choice: bathe less, live more. Number 6, daily bathing can drain your energy. To the outside world, bathing might seem like the simplest act, one you've done without thinking for decades. But past 70, something subtle but powerful shifts. What once was a refreshment becomes a physical mountain to climb. Standing in the shower for 10 or 15 minutes may not sound like much, but for a body with tired lungs, stiff joints, low blood pressure, or fading stamina, it can feel like a marathon. And the cost? Far more than just a few moments of discomfort. Research from the Journal of the American Medical Association paints a sobering picture. Bathing, especially daily, can drain elderly bodies to the point of exhaustion, not metaphorical tiredness. Real, measurable depletion of energy that could have been spent on more joyful, nourishing parts of life. Just imagine it. The heat of the water dilates blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and makes you feel lightheaded. If you have heart issues or poor circulation, that simple shower could trigger dizziness, shortness of breath, or even a fainting spell. Add to that the strain of bending down, balancing, reaching, drying, dressing, and suddenly the morning bath becomes an ordeal, not a comfort. For those living with arthritis, every small movement, gripping a bar of soap, lifting arms, turning to rinse, can send sharp pain through the joints. For those with COPD or asthma, the steam itself becomes the enemy, making breathing difficult when the lungs are already struggling. And when it's all done, you don't feel renewed, you feel wiped out. So much so that afterward, you might need to sit down, skip breakfast, cancel plans, or sleep through moments you would have loved to be present for, like a visit from your grandchildren. a gentle walk in the sun, or a quiet cup of coffee with someone dear. Over time, this exhaustion doesn't just chip away at your energy, it chips away at your independence. It turns the bathroom from a place of privacy and dignity into a battleground, one that must be faced daily, with courage, but often alone. But there is another way, a gentler, more respectful rhythm. Bathing once or twice a week, perhaps seated, perhaps with assistance, conserves energy. It preserves dignity, and it returns precious time and strength to be spent where it truly matters. Less bathing doesn't mean you've given up on caring for yourself. It means you've begun to care for yourself more wisely, more intentionally, and more lovingly. Because at this stage in life, your energy is sacred. Spend it where it fills your spirit, not where it leaves you depleted. Number 7, hygiene is bigger than just bathing. Modern hygiene for seniors isn't about daily baths. It's about strategic care, gentle alternatives like using wet wipes, changing into fresh clothes, washing hands regularly, and practicing good oral hygiene are often enough to stay clean and feel confident. Freshness and dignity don't have to come at the price of safety and well-being. So, what does this all mean? It means that aging isn't about clinging to old routines. It's about evolving, listening to your body, and respecting the quiet wisdom that comes with time. By rethinking how often you bathe, you're not lowering your standards. You're protecting your skin, your energy, and your independence. Aging well isn't just about living longer, it's about living smarter. If today's insights opened your eyes to new possibilities, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What was the most surprising thing you learned? Leave a comment below to share your reflections. And if you found value here, please like this video and subscribe to stay connected to a community that believes the best is still ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me, and until next time, take gentle, wise care of yourself.